Hey Aquarius, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. So we're going to take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. You also could go check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other placements that that you identify with or make sense to you. See if I catch a storyline for you over there. And we're starting with this monster deck of the Moonology and the Work Your Light Oracle. Your light. Yeah, and then we'll move on to a more traditional tarot spread. But we're just going to get started here. What do we have for Aquarius this week? What do we have for Aquarius this week? Last week's was pretty exciting and special with the Cinderella story going on. So... all right, Aquarius, anything else? Okay, one more thing. Anything else? You'd think I wouldn't be able to, you know, this is a pretty big deck. You'd think it'd be flying out all over the place, but I guess we're just going to get really specific with your message this week. All right, that's it. You have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn, so that's exciting. Capricorn, very hardworking, very disciplined. Starting to pay off, starting a new cycle where what you're working for, what you want, what you're working for is coming to fruition or will be. I do want to say you may not see that right now. I've gotten this card many times when I was like, this is a joke, right? Nope, was never a joke. Always my hard work paid off. When I did get that card, I was on a path that did not look like it was going to come to fruition. And multiple times I got that card. So that's what I want to say about that card. I don't feel that this card is no joke. Your hard work is paying off. And then we have North Node, step out of your comfort zone. Okay, so you may have gotten into a rut, you may have gotten into routine. It is going to pay off, but you are going to be required to take a leap, do something you're not used to doing that hasn't maybe been part of your routine or part of this hard work, stepping out of your comfort zone. And so that's North Node. It's North Node. Yeah, doing something you haven't done before, or maybe you have done it before and you know for a fact that it makes you uncomfortable, but you're going to do it anyway. It's part of this hard work. I think it is, if you do the hard work of stepping out of your comfort zone and trying this new thing or taking these uncomfortable steps, it will be worth it, is what I'm seeing here. It's going to be worth it. All right. Aquarius, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, your possible outcome. I love it. You got two queens here. So really focused on yourself, your path, what's working for you, how you feel. In your recent past, you have Queen of Pentacles. This could be you or this could be somebody else. This is someone who's really climbing the corporate ladder or making their moves, climbing up, moving up. She's got her eye on the prize. She knows what she wants and she's going after it. She's worked very hard and she will continue to work very hard. But this is, she has a goal in mind. This is being very goal focused, very advancement focused, very, focusing on the next level. Oh, this reminds me of, like a fast-paced obstacle course I had to do for a period of my life. And one of the best ways to like climb one of those rope ladders, I almost wish this was like a rope ladder, it was this big rope ladder. And I learned how to climb it very quickly by not even thinking about where I was, but only thinking about the next step, only thinking about where I was going to be in a couple steps. And then my body would just like do what I'd already kind of pre-planned it to do. But I was always thinking a couple ropes ahead. And it was very helpful for getting through that quickly instead of thinking of, we want to be in the present moment, but when we're moving, when we're on the move, we're not, you're not driving the car and looking at the road right underneath you, and like this is where you're looking several yards ahead at least, to see the obstacles, see what's coming in, and then you're because that momentum's going to be there, so you're looking to next steps. So that's basically the vibe of this card. Someone's been looking at next steps, and just you're allowing your what's already been planned to just come to fruition as you're thinking ahead. So someone who's been thinking ahead, had a vision, moving towards it, moving very quickly towards that vision. Not quickly. No, Queen of Pentacles isn't moving quickly, but she is moving towards the vision. She could be moving quickly right now, but there's been a lot of work and a lot of planning that's gone into it. A lot of hard work and planning that may have gone into these moves that she's making now, or has made. So this could be you. This could be somebody else. Queen of Pentacles is going to be very focused on her path, her career, her money, her time, what she's spending it on. This is appropriate, right? I'm not climbing a rope ladder in an obstacle course because, and I'm not thinking about other people and how everyone around me is climbing this rope ladder in this obstacle course. Like, I'm not thinking about them. I'm not thinking about the greater good. I mean, I am. I was part of a team, so I was thinking about them, but I was also, the only way to move forward is to be thinking about where I wanted to go, what my next steps were, but I couldn't be doing that for all the people on either side of me, right? So the queens are very focused on their path, their next steps. So that's been someone's focus here in the recent past. Oh, I love this. This is Two of Cups in your current situation. This could be love. But it could also be a deep sharing, a deep emotional sharing. Wow, that kind of surprised me because I just kind of saw this, but maybe that is what's going on. It's been a bit of a surprise. You were very focused on your career, focused on where you're going, focused on what was going to happen next. And then surprise, there's some Two of Cups here. There's some deep sharing. There's some connection, some touching of our hearts. And I also view Two of Cups as a kindred spirit card. And so it could be a kindred spirit as far as something that's connected to you, something that you recognize as part of your path. Like here, you've been focused on climbing these rungs, really focused on your career, really future focused, and moving forward with your life. And then there's something that comes in, like you were not expecting this butterfly on the rung here, and now you feel like a strong connection. So it is a little unexpected. That's really funny because I looked ahead and I did not see that card. So it is possible that you will not see this coming, or you did not see this coming, or you weren't expecting to find this here on this ladder in the midst of this, like focus on the next steps. And there's this like interruption, or this deep connection and this sharing and this kindred spirit, deep soulful sharing. For me, the Two of Cups is a little more soulmatey than even the Lover's card, because the Lover's card comes with a question mark and a decision that needs to be made. But the Two of Cups is just, this is just here. This is just how this is. This is just this deep sharing and this deep connection. And I do tend to see it more. Well, it can be a soulmatey card, but also just a kindred spirit, which is, I find them everywhere. So, but it's always such a beautiful moment to recognize something in somebody else, and to recognize someone in a way from, I don't know, from a previous life, from something else. You just recognize that spirit in someone, and there's a connection. So there's some sort of connection here and some deep soulful sharing that's sort of like, this is interesting. And then what's on your heart, what's on your mind, your hopes, your fears, is this Temperance card. So this is time, things taking time, adjustment period. But I love it. Oh my God. This is like this Two of Cups. And then the Temperance, the divine, takes these Two of Cups and mixes them and pours them together. Like you have this sense of recognition. So you may feel a little bit that this connection is out of your hands. This connection is not, and you may be worried about that. You may be worried about or concerned that something else, that you don't get to have much say in this connection, but something else gets to have a say. Are you worried about like an overmixing of the emotions? Because this is in your hopes and fears. So you could be hopeful that this connection has some sort of divine timing to it, some sort of, that we're going to be able to mix the worlds, the desert, whoever here is the desert and whoever here is the pond, that they're going to be mixing to a more temperate climate. Or you could be, so you could be hopeful for that, but you could also be worried about that, because in the temperance, there's so much mixing that there's a losing of, like, they're sharing, but they're sharing their minds so much, there could be a loss of identity or something here. So that could be a concern to you. You could also be worried. I mean, temperance takes a long time. It's there's some patience involved, some time involved, and that could be on your mind. All the parts of this that you don't, all the parts of this that you aren't in control of, that you that are the surrendering to the temperance, to the divine that comes in here and makes things take the time that they take. Like, that's what I keep hearing, is it takes the time it takes. I don't think you like this, or I think that this is on your mind a lot. It's something that is just going to take the time that it takes. We have the dawn here, and there's a sense of timing, and that's showing up as a hope and a fear. There's a sense of timing here. I think the hope is that it's going to be palatable, that things aren't going to be extremes. But the fear is that the timing, because we have the sun, and the sun has its own timing, correct? Like it is time. It is its own, it creates time. And so there could be something about timing here, and not really feeling comfortable with the timing, or not feeling worried about the timing, or feeling worried about the passage of time. But there is, like, temperance. Why are you worried about temperance? It's such a gentle, like, it's so gentle. It's an adjustment period that's just very gentle and very slow, but it does require patience. So maybe that's what you're hoping for. You know, maybe you're hoping for, it's on your mind somehow, this slow, this mixing, this calming of the unsettled energies, this bringing together these extremes. But look at how temperance, I think it is the things that are outside of your control with this connection, right? So we have this deep connection, this sharing that may have taken you off guard. And then look, it's just, even the cups that temperance is holding are in the same positions as your minds. But you're not in charge. Something else is in charge. Time, something else is in charge. And I think that's bothersome. And then in your what's that issue here? Is this Page of Wands. So there's no movement here. There's no messages. The page is going to be the learner. So there's maybe not a learning. There's a learning about intuition, learning about connection. And so it could be that you're not understanding something. I feel like you're not understanding something, and there's no inspiration to move. There's nothing that's forcing the move. There's nothing that's pushing the movement. And maybe this is why you're hopeful that something outside of your control will create the movement, because there's nothing pushing the movement here. There's some lack of clarity or lack of understanding about what's happening, where something's going. Maybe even a lack of curiosity. Maybe some irresponsibility too. There might be a lack of leadership in the situation. Yeah, that's why we're hoping that temperance comes in here with something outside of your control comes in here to create the movement and the mixing and the final product, because there seems to be, with the Page of Wands in reverse, there's a lack of charisma, a lack of leadership, and there's something there's something that you need to know and something that you need to understand that you don't, or that you'd like to understand. There could also be a lack of faith. In your external situation, in your external landscape, we have this Two of Swords. We have denial, a blockage. We have something that is supposed to, yeah, we have some sort of clarity, some sort of clear understanding of something that could come in, but is not coming in. There's almost a refusal, a denial. Is somebody here in denial? And that's where our lack of leadership is coming from. But there's, see, the scissors isn't put together correctly. You know, it could be two swords. It could be very effective. You know, you put the scissors together correctly and you can get a lot done, right? But the scissors isn't being put together correctly. And that's a matter of will. Somebody lacks the will to do something, to bring in the truth, to bring in the understanding, the clarity. Somebody lacks the will to do that. And this is why I think it's you, because this is why you're hoping something else comes in here and does something for you. So you've got the strong connection with somebody or something. You'd really like, how I'm seeing it here at this moment is you'd really like some sort of divine force to come and bring you into combination, to bring in maybe this Two of Cups, this connection. You're not seeing something, you're not understanding something, there's no leadership here, it's not happening, but there's a refusal of to be honest, there's a refusal to be clear, there's a refusal for clear communication. This is something that could be clear, could be coming in very clear, but it's not. So there's somebody here is in denial. It's possibly not you. It could possibly be the whole situation in denial. I suddenly do not like this reading at all. But someone here is in denial, and there could be something that's being said, but it's not being said, which is what I was getting from this card too. And there could be clarity, but there's almost a refusal to have that clarity. It's very clear. Look, we've got a Two of Swords and a Two of Cups here. There's some sort of like combination of two things that's supposed to be happening. But there's denial, there's refusal, there's a lack of clarity. And we've got the Temperance with the Two Cups here. It's very funny. And then here's your to-do list. I'm so sorry. I don't think you want to do this. Queen of Cups, an offering of love. And it's sitting underneath here under this Two of Cups. So I think you know exactly who and what you're connecting with. Oh my gosh, I'm going to sneeze. I think you know who and what you're connecting with. You know who this reading's about. You know what this reading's about. And you don't want to, but this is your to-do list. Bring in a love offering. Get really clear on how you feel and on what you want, on what you love, on what you want, and how you feel. And offering that. This offer, it's not an offer you can't refuse, right? So it's not like there's no risk here, but she's like, here, take. This is how I feel. She's bringing in a really strong love offering communication. It's very enthusiastic. That's your to-do list. Don't we all love to take that kind of risk, right? But you've got this deep connection. So enthusiastically offer the heart that's already been touched. You've touched theirs. So, here we have you focusing on your career, focusing on, what you're spending your time on, what you're spending your money on. We have that focus, deep connection coming in here. Offer your heart. Offer it very clearly. That's your job. Okay, and then you have Six of Pentacles. Patience is required, and it's coming in right underneath this Temperance card. The Patience card, the combination card, the combine these things and be patient. Six of Pentacles is waiting. You might have to wait for a response. You might have to wait for something. Good Lord. Seriously? Okay, well, we'll pull some wild Kuan Yin to see what else happens, but waiting. The work's been done, and now you sit back and wait. if there's been any lack of clarity, any lack of leadership in this relationship, which is, it's hard not to see this reading as a relationship. It could be anything, but I'm seeing it as relationship because we have the Two of Cups, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Two of Swords, we've got two people, we've got this Temperance. Oh my gosh, we've got Temperance right over time. Time. I think you might be worried about time. And this is like, yeah, there's going to be a lot of waiting for what you worked for and waiting for the results, waiting for your something to come to fruition. That's what the Temperance card is about too. What you're worried about, what you're thinking about is having to wait for things to settle a little bit. Yep. That's Six of Pentacles is confirming that. That's the story of this story is there's going to be some waiting. There's going to be some time. There's going to be waiting for something that's yours to come in. Or I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, you've put work in here and now you're waiting for the harvest. So, man, I'm going to back off on that Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you just need to know what your heart is, but it's so clear. In this card, she is so clearly making some sort of offer, some sort of love offer, some sort of connection. Very clearly. Your hard work is paying off. Step out of your comfort zone. I'm trying to back off from this, and this is like literally like, nope. No, don't back off from that. This offering here, that is the stepping out of your comfort zone. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Because this denial card, this Two of Swords, that's the comfort zone. Just pretending this isn't happening. All right. We've got two wild Kuan Yins sort of being dragged along here. Changes in the air. Sometimes we take things for granted and forget to stop and realize how incredible the ordinary things can be. Growth often seems improbable, yet it happens every day in many ways. Okay, so you might be growing into this. So too is something growing in your life that seems at the moment very likely or impossible. Yet it will happen anyway. Have faith, trust your feelings, and relax. Changes in the air. And then I like this too, something growing in your life that seems at the moment unlikely or impossible. This is the waiting, like, is this fruit ever going to ripen? Is this going to come in? So, and then we have, ooh, I like this. Messages. This message, this is it. So you're getting it. Getting some kind of message from the universe or something. Maybe you're giving it. So here you are, you're on your path, you're on your way, and there's something, you know, coming up to speed. You're getting up to speed, and there's something, one last thing. Here's one last message before you go. Play to create. Do you dream of more happiness, well-being, love? That is a high-frequency dream. High-frequency dreams become reality when we align ourselves with a matching frequency. I don't know. Yeah, okay, interesting. There is a way to raise frequency to become more magnetic to opportunities, to the right people, solutions, and helpful guidance. To bring your dreams to life. For now, let go of the struggle and embrace the way of play. I get a little something different from this card. I get more about messages for you on your path, something coming in for you. Perhaps this message, this Page of Wands, that wasn't coming in for you. But coming in as you get up to speed here with something going on in your life. Like you're just trucking along on your life, and then in comes this letter, possibly even a love letter coming in here. So, all right, Aquarius, I hope that was helpful for you. It's really cute and sweet. I mean, yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a great week. I just was remembering last week's Cinderella vibe, and this is almost like you doing all the work, and then here's your Prince Charming coming in here. Yeah. And then you end up meeting your Prince Charming, but then there's some waiting that has to happen. All right, so Aquarius, I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for your likes and your subscribes, of course. Anyway, see you later.